Nifty tricks with flats. Flats are amazing nappies, okay? They fit for a very long time. Great winter nappies because they dry very fast and they can basically fit any shape or size. They're totally customizable, and that for me is the biggest pro. Whether your baby is born, say, a preemie, or a baby is born much bigger, you can basically just make your flat fit. I'm going to show you how to do that amongst the many other things. Okay, so first we're going to talk about boosting. All right, I have a flat folded here in origami style. All right, flats need to be boosted from about 3 to 4 weeks old. So you always buy extra boosters, and what you can do is you can lay a booster in the wet zone like that, and then you put it on, and then you put your cover over. Some babies actually need 2 boosters, all right? And how you ascertain that is basically your entire nappy will be saturated after 2 hours of wear. You'll basically have no dry patches. You can also feel if it's really wet. Then what you do is you add a second booster. But cleverly, what you can do is you add your booster in the cover like that. And then when you put your nappy on, you put baby in the nappy, and then your booster is already there. So that's a very nice way to boost without adding extra bulk. All the way to potty training, you can always boost in the cover. Okay. Next thing I want to show you is how to make your origami fold fit a smaller baby. So let's imagine you've bought small or medium flats, okay, but your baby has been born at, say, 2 or 2.5 kilos. So all you need to do is you unfold your flat, well, keep your flat in a square. Then what you do is you fold it in on 2 sides. All these videos are on our website, but I thought I'd summarize them for a fun video for today. So yeah, you see, you fold it in 2 sides, and then what you do is you literally just start your origami fold as normal. So what this does is it makes the entire flat smaller. Okay, you've actually got a little bit of extra fabric in certain sides, but it doesn't matter. Babies grow very quickly and it'll quickly disappear. So can you see, whoopsie daisy, you've ended up with a much smaller flat, okay, than you would do if you folded it normally. There is a little bit of extra fabric, but don't worry about that. And when you put it on, I'm not going to show you that today. We've got lots of lovely videos. You just squeeze it in and you put it on. So this will fit, say, 2 kilos. That's how to make any size flat smaller. So you can do that with a small, a medium flat. You make them smaller for a 3.5 kilo baby, then they'll fit for a long time. A large flat, you do this trick usually at about 6 kilos. And so then you can basically skip. You can jump from small to large without doing a medium flat if you use this trick. Okay, very cool. All right, now the origami hack. Your flats, what will happen is when you use your flats in a normal origami fold, which is this one, okay, what will happen is babies grow taller. Okay, this is our baby for today. Babies grow in length. So what will happen if you're using a small flat, what will happen around the 5 kilo, 6 kilo mark is you will find your flat starts to get short in the front on baby. So I'm going to show you how to extend the length of your flat so that you don't have to upsize immediately. All right, so your normal origami fold, you would let the ends meet here, okay? But what you're going to do now is you're going to space out your ends by about 10 centimeters. And you can basically just keep going up and up and up until eventually you actually can't do it anymore. All right, but you can really extend the life of flats by doing this. So let's take it there to show you. Then you just do your normal fold, okay? But now when you get to your triangle part, instead of doing that, you have to take this corner and pull it all the way down so that you actually end up with that. Okay, if you don't do that, it's not going to work. So pull your triangle all the way down, and then when you flip it over, you basically get something that looks like that. Okay, your ends shouldn't be meeting at the top. And then when you create your fold, you will have less fabric here now to fold over. So all you do is you just fold it twice instead of 3 times like I normally do. And because you're left with less layers, you then just boost it. Okay, you can add a booster in the cover like I showed you if you need to. So basically you've got about an extra, I would say about extra 12 centimeters of wear, which will accommodate for at least another 2 kilos. So it's really, really worthwhile doing this origami hack. It's wonderful. And it basically is one of the reasons I love flats so much, because you can really make any size flat, just fit a bigger baby until a certain point. And this can be done with small flats, it can be done with medium flats, and it can be done with large flats. If you do this with large flats, you can make them fit past 25 kilos, which is massive. So a large flat will fit from 7 kilos, doing the trick I showed you before, folding it in. And then as they grow, you use the normal fold. And usually when they hit about 16, 17, 18 kilos, you start to do this. And the flat will literally fit till 4.5 years old, which is, I mean, just incredible in terms of cost and saving and reusing. And yeah, it's amazing. All right, so that's what we call the origami hack. Nighttime, how to use flats at night. You cannot use one flat at night, all right? One flat and a booster is a daytime solution only, max 3 hours, all right? When you're wanting to do flats at night, you need to use 2 flats at the same time. So all you do is you just take, so now I've picked up a blue one, all right? So all I've done now is take 2 flats, I've laid them together, and now all you do is you do your normal origami fold or origami hack fold if your baby's a bit bigger, like I've just showed you. You literally just fold it together. And the reason we do this is because you have to have the layers at night. If you don't use 2 flats, you're going to have a very wet baby, probably at 3 a.m. All right, can you see how many more layers? Sorry, it's there. So you've got lots more layers because you've got the 2 flats at the same time. And it is thicker, all right? Night nappies have to be thicker. Don't worry about baby having a big bum. Put the cover on. Make sure all your nappy is tucked in. No nappy must stick out. Some people even need, some babies even need that extra booster in the cover with their 2 flats at night. Okay, if you find your nappy is like 90, 100% saturated, add that booster in the cover and it will last a good 12 to 14 hours. All right. Newborns, you shouldn't need to do this with a newborn under 3 months old because babies are changed through the night. What you do is you add your booster in your nappy, your 1 flat on at night, your 1 booster, and you can put a booster in the cover if your baby sleeps longer than 3 or 4 hours. Okay, so 2 boosters for a baby that sleeps longer than 3 to 4 hours up until 3 months. And then usually at about 10 to 12 weeks, you can start using your 2 flats at night because babies then don't need to be changed. They stop pooing at night, basically. They're old enough. Okay, another trick. Not sure if you know, but our flats are reversible. All right, if you're having problems with the Snappy, all you need to do is turn your flat inside out. Okay, there's hooks on the inside, and the Snappy loves the inside. So just turn it inside out. Okay, that's another trick. So a lot of moms write to me and they say, oh, my flat edges are rolling, all right, after the wash. This is a very natural occurrence. It's what happens, okay, with natural fabrics. A trick to get rid of that, all you need to do is fold it in 4, like you would start your fold once they've come out the wash, and literally just shake it really, really hard in each direction, and that really does work just before you fold it and put it on, okay? You can also iron your flats to make them soft again, but to be honest, the best trick for me is just to scrunch them up like that and really just give them a vigorous rub, okay? That makes them all nice and soft again. You can also pop them in the tumble dryer when they are already dry on 10 minutes, which makes them all nice and soft again. All right, something else I wanted to show you was pad folding. All right, pad folding is just a kind of fold where you do something like this. So it's in your square, and you go 1 and you go 2. All right, pad folding is very useful. It can be used in a cover just like this for a quick nappy between, say, bath time and bedtime. Sometimes you don't want to put a full nappy on. This can catch a wee. It's not recommended for poo. Okay, as you can see, it just won't contain poo. But this is a very convenient quick nappy that can be used at any point during the day. It can also be used as a booster, basically. So if you don't have any boosters, you put your flat on an origami fold, and then you lay one of these. Never get rid of your small flats. They'll be used throughout your cloth diapering journey, especially in toddler nappies when you need, say, extra layers at night. This is how you can do it without having to purchase more boosters, for example. All right, so that's pad folding. Videos are on our website. Something else that I like to show moms is the pinch, which is really important when you're putting your flats on. There is a video on our website, okay, but one of the most important things to do when you are putting your flat on really is to do that, okay, before you put it on. This is what creates your fit. If you don't do that, what ends up happening then is you end up getting something that looks like that over the legs, and it becomes very difficult to then try and tuck all of that in. All right, if you pinch it like that all the way, even before your baby's on, when you prepare your flat, do this to it as high as you can. Okay, when you do that, you then get the beautiful fit that you want. And even when your baby's on, I know it's hard to part baby's legs, especially when they're young, but get your fingers in there and really pinch it and bring your fingers up like that, run it along. And then when you pull your wings, take your finger and do this up baby's back. Okay, don't just pull it over like that. You must run your fingers all the way. Can you see how you actually do that with your hands? And tuck it in as you go. Look, that's how you create that beautiful fit when you bring it around. And again, pick baby's leg up and do what I do. See, as you're doing that, run it along the changing table. Not in the air. Don't work in the air. Run it along, drop baby's leg, keep that firmness. And one last thing I want to mention is snappies. So without tension, snappies will not work. Okay, it's a little bit tricky to show you here. But once you've placed your snappy on, you need to hold it. We've got a lovely snappy video that I'm going to upload a bit later today. Okay, and watch this. You've got to pull. These things are designed to be pulled. If you don't pull them, they're not going to hook there, and they're not going to hook here. You have to really pull it over. Look how far I've gone, all the way until you get a nice grip. And then the bottom one too. Pull it. You're not going to hurt baby. But that's the whole point of the snappy, is it works with the teeth. It's not going to go through the fabric. It's not going to hurt baby. But it does require that tension in order to work. Also, one last nifty trick I want to show you is you don't actually need a snappy. So if you do that, I'm going to show you something. A newborn might be a little bit tricky, but on older babies who are a bit bigger, you can actually do that. Make sure you pull that little flap up. But you can actually do that. And once you put the cover on, it does actually hold it in place. So if you can't find the snappy and your baby's wriggling everywhere, don't panic. Just tie a knot. Think. I hope all these tricks really helped you. Love flats. They're actually my favorite kind of nappy. Don't leave them out because you think they're difficult. They're not difficult. They just require a little bit of hands-on, a little bit of learning. And it's lovely to learn. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Reach out if you need any help. Bye.